So, yeah, it was a time where, I was living with Jade and SD. Yeah, that was crazy, living with Jade and SD now. How I wound up living with Jade and SD, let me tell you what happened. So, one day it was they was doing something for Mall 3, right? This was like, 'cause I caught a charge. So, I'm gonna tell you how I wound up living with them. So, it was like this thing they was doing for Mall 3, right? And, it was like in like some parking lot. It was somewhere in Dallas, but like in this big ass parking lot, they had like games for kids, and they was playing Mall 3's music. Mall 3, Baby Miles was there, Ashley, Rainwater, a whole bunch of motherfuckers, right? So as I'm pulling up to this event, I seen Jackie and Big Baby pulling up at the same time. So park the car. They park in their car, get out, I'm like, oh shit, what's up, kiss them both on the cheek, you know what I mean, saying, hey, what up? So we walk to the event. Mind you, we chilling, you know what I'm saying, chilling, Rainwater walks over. Him and Jackie, start arguing, because if you know about the history, that, Mall 3 baby mother Ashley and Jackie and all her sisters, they've been beefing, you know what I mean? So Rainwater came over. They start arguing, going back and forth. Big Baby, prior before that, was walking around, I guess getting footage, for a vlog. Her and Ashley seen each other, had some words. So now you got Jackie and Rainwater going back and forth arguing. It's getting a little tense, people getting in between them. Big Baby, she's yelling and screaming. I'm standing there, I'm trying to calm shit down too. Then some dude, I don't know what this dude's name was, he came up, he got in Jackie's face. I'm like, whoa, player, hold on. I'm trying to, I'm stepping up, so me and the niggas start arguing. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But I wasn't worried about I had my shit on me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm arguing with niggas. But it didn't get crazy because the police was right there. They wasn't saying nothing, police just watching. So, eventually niggas calmed down. Me, Big Baby, and Jackie, we leave. So, before we get in the cars, Jackie, was like, we was talking about the situation. Mind you, Jackie and them live the whole time. I ain't know the camera was on. They live the whole time, you know what I mean? It's footage of it. You can go look it up. So we talked the shit. I'm like, alright. They got in their car, got in my car, drove off. So as I'm driving, fucking police pull up behind me. I'm like, fuck. So the whole time I'm driving, I take the gun, put it on the side, Officer walk up, asking me questions and shit. I ain't have a license, because, I'm in Dallas, I'm from New York, I'm getting money and shit. Gave them a fake name and shit. They like, well, you gotta step out the car. So I step out the car, they searched the car, they found a gun, fuck. So they take me in, arrest me. So, my guy that gave me a phone call, so I called SD, because, even though SD is running the streets with me and Duke and all that, on paper, he's still clean because he a bus driver and shit, so I call SD. So SD come down and bail me out. They said, well, they gave me a court date, but the court date was from 2 to 3 months from now. And I had to give them an address on paper to where I could report to them. So I used SD and his girl at the time, Jade's address. So they was like, well, being that you bailed them, they told SD, being that you bailed them out, you're responsible for him. And we could send somebody anytime to come check up on him. He better be at that address. So alright, cool. So that's how I had to live with Jade and them, because my spot was way across on the other side. Side boom. So SD takes me back to his crib. He introduced me to Jade. This was like my first time meeting Jade. So, he introduced me to Jade. He was like, yeah, man, make yourself at home. Da-da-da-la, you know what I mean? Chill, you know what I mean? Alright, cool. So, I'm living there like for couple days to a week. But his girl Jade, every time SD leave for work, his girl Jade is like sucking her teeth and, acting mean, So one day I told SD. I'm like, yo, I don't think your girl like me like she be. He was like, oh, that's just her, you know what I mean? You know, he told me about the situation that she's been mad at him ever since he got with 88. Now, this is before me and 88 started messing around. Like, this is like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, she feels some kind of way, you know, ever since him and 88 been messing around and shit. So she been walking around with an attitude. So I'm like, alright. So, this one particular day, SD leaves for work. And, you know, I fell asleep on the couch and I just got finished reading the 48 Laws of Power. You know what I mean? So, I fell asleep on the couch. This nigga SD leave for work. Jade waking me up. She's like, yo, my niggas. She packed me. I wake up. She's topless. You know what I'm saying? And she like, yo, you fucking my shit up. I'm like, and I'm in the 48 Laws of Power. It says, never shatter people's mirrors. Jump in the mirror with them. So, instead of like, you know, acting, you know, awkward, I'm like, well, what's up? What happened? What's good? What's good? She was like, you fucking my shit up. She was like, you know, when this nigga go to work, I be having my fun. I be having, you know, my girls come through, and we might call a nigga over, and, you know, we do our thing, being that this nigga fuck with this bitch, 88, and fuck with other bitches. I'm having my fun now, you know, because she done recently got into the swinger lifestyle, the LS lifestyle, as we call it, on Facebook. You know, LS is lifestyle for swingers. She's like, you fucking my shit up. I'm like, nah, I'm with you. Like, she was like, you with me? I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. Like, I'm down. Like, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, all I want to do is fuck the bitch next door. And she was like, what? She was like, I know that bitch. She bangs on the wall. Boom, 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 boom. Like, bangs on the wall. The bitch that I wanted, dark-skinned shit with a real fat ass, she came through. She like, yo, give my nigga some pussy. And then, you know, I'm tonguing that mantra. I got morning breath, you know, and fell asleep on the count. I'm tonguing this bitch, and I fucked the bitch in front of Jade. Boom. Because Jade has this thing where she like to see niggas fuck her friends and her, you know, her girls and shit like that. Nah, man. She never, you know, she would never participate. She just like to watch, videotape, and masturbate. Like, so I fucked that girl. Then from then on, we just had like a bond. Me and Jay was as cool. Like every time this nigga leave for work, we have fun. Like, so I just be like, shoot it. Like every morning this nigga leave for work, probably like a half hour, you know what I mean, after he left, like 4 girls will pop up, you know, and I'm just, you know, smiling, just sitting, waiting on the couch, because I know Jay's gonna call me. You know, someone was nothing for Jay to come downstairs like, yo, Tony, come upstairs, we need a dick upstairs. So I run up there. She got girls tied up, gagged, you know what I'm saying? She like, yo, fuck that bitch. She like, punish that bitch, and I'm fucking the bitch. She taping in the shit. No, Jade masturbating. I never had sex with this girl, Jade, you know what I mean? But I guess she was doing all this because she, you know, wanted to get back at him, I guess. I guess she figured, you know, fuck it, you know what I mean? You fuck with that bitch and embarrassed her online. She's doing her thing, so, you know, and this explains why he was crying on camera. We're gonna get into that too. So, you know, so it's like a month and a half of heaven, man. You know what I mean? I'm fucking all her friends and shit. You know what I mean? I get to see her naked. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So one day, you know, and this goes into that tape that y'all see, you know, SD crying. So one day, Jade and her friends, you know, they laying in the bed naked. You know, I just got done fucking 2 of her homegirls in front of her, you know. So it's like 3 of them in the bed naked and shit. So I go up there, I tap the girl, I'm like, yo, this nigga about to come home. You gotta get dressed. The girl like, man, fuck that nigga, I ain't getting up. I'm like, what? So I tap the other girl, I'm like, yo, come on, you gotta get dressed. This nigga SD about to come home. And like, fuck that nigga. So I'm like, so now I'm bugging. I go to Jade. I'm like, yo, I wake Jade. I'm like, yo, Jade, this nigga about to come home. You gotta get these bitches dressed. She's like, nah, fuck that. She's like, it's my motherfucking house. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, oh, man. And I said to all 3 of them, I'm like, ladies, don't fuck this up. You know, we've been having fun. Don't fuck this up. And they like, nah, fuck that. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I know this nigga about to come home any minute. So I go downstairs. and I catch it before you get in. I'm like, yo, my nigga. I was like, before you go on there, this just something you need to know this. Like, Jade's, upstairs in the bed with two women naked. They saying they taking over your house. You know what I mean? He like, what? He pulled out the pistol, cock it. He's like, man, it's my house. So I'm trying to stop the nigga. I'm tussling with the nigga. I'm like, yo. So I get the gun from the nigga. I'm like, chill, man, you bugging. So he goes in the house. I go behind him. He goes upstairs. He see them all laying in the bed. He like, what the fuck? He start tripping. He start, So they all get up. They yelling at him. And mind you, all three of the girls are naked. Jay's naked. The two girls are naked. How I'm saying. They start, fighting with him, punching him, kicking him and shit. I'm trying to break it up, but it's just pandemonium. So somehow this nigga falls on his knees, right? And then, like, when I finally get them off of him, one of them already got a phone out, and this nigga, and I couldn't believe it, this nigga on his knees crying and, crying. I seen the tape, it's on YouTube, and nigga SD crying. And to myself, I'm standing there thinking, like, oh, come on, dog. Like, really? And, like, he's just crying, and then, Jay yelling at him, and the homegirls, they just standing there, but one of the homegirls got a camera on this nigga. Now, mind you, I can't really be on the camera, so I'm, like, on fall to the side just watching, because I'm like, fuck. So I couldn't really do nothing. So eventually, I was able to get the girl to turn the camera off, but that explains that footage of why SD was crying on the camera, and I think ever since then he had something against me. He thought that, I was fucking, but I wasn't fucking Jade. I was just fucking her friends and shit. And then eventually, I had court. They dismissed the case, for illegal search. And, I was able to go back to my side of town in Dallas, to my little spot. But yeah, that was the time I was living with SD and Jade, which was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But for the record, to my nigga SD, if you listening, I never fucked your girl, my nigga. I just fucked all her friends and she watched.